Welcome, Gemini, to your weekly reading. This is for the 4th to the 11th of August. We are going to go ahead and see all the possible energies and messages coming through for you for this week. Gemini, I'm starting off by looking at the possible energy beginning the week. We will then look at your possible challenges, if any. Thirdly, we will look at messages and advice from Spirit. We will then look at your unexpected blessing coming through this week. And finally, the possible outcome of the week. Gemini, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Gemini, I see a really positive and strong energy beginning the week. I see you feeling on top of the world, and this could be just a general feeling that you have at the moment, Gemini, or something could have happened in your life. Perhaps something good happened that's just given you the feeling of, wow, things are going my way. Things are looking up. I'm excited for the future. I've got a lot of plans. I've got a lot of ideas. And it's a general feeling of wellness. The world tells me that with this feeling of feeling so good and on top of the world, many of you are going to start looking at your bigger picture. So this could be, Gemini, that you're looking at planning future vacations. Perhaps you're thinking of countries you'd like to visit within the next 6 months or year, and you start looking at accommodation and flights and that sort of thing. This could be, Gemini, that you could be deciding to bring new things into your life and close things off that no longer work. So I see you really looking at all the different facets and areas of your life. What's working? What can I let go? What do I want to change? And it's a lovely overall planning energy. For many of you, it'll probably be like, right, we're already in the second half of 2025. What do I want to accomplish before the end of the year? It's that kind of energy, but it's strong, it's positive, and you've really got the feeling of, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to make things happen. So lovely to see, Gemini. Let's move on and see what your possible challenges are. And we have 7 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Now, Gemini, what I see coming up for you this week, and it could be while you're doing your big picture analysis, but a special particular dream pops up for you this week. A dream I think you have had for the longest time, and a dream that has eluded you. It has not come down and manifested for various reasons. But I do see that it's a dream, Gemini, you haven't let go of. Maybe you go through periods where it fades more into the background and then it pops up again. And this week, it's coming under the spotlight. And with Knight of Pentacles here, and as you can see, our Knight is holding up the pentacle, facing the past. But what it tells me is that it's still viable. It's still something that talks to you, even though you might get distracted now and then. Ultimately, there is something still there that you're still looking to have in your life. So I'll give you a simple example, Gemini. Just say you've been in the corporate world your whole life and you're very happy and content, but somewhere deep inside of you, you've always wanted, say, to learn some kind of alternative healing, say Reiki, massage therapy, anything like that, something that you could use another part of yourself, but you never got around to doing it. This week, it's coming under the spotlight. And as I said, because our Knight of Pentacles is coming through here, holding it up, we still see it's something you want. So this would be the week, my dear Geminis, where you're being asked to give this real serious thought and see how you could now bring this energy down and make it a reality. Starting from the beginning, the fields are empty, but perhaps start looking at, say, where you could learn Reiki. Make a few phone calls, see what's involved. Get the ball moving, my dear Geminis. Now let us move on and see what Page of Pentacles and Six of Cups is for you. That is sitting in messages and advice from Spirit. Now, Gemini, we have an interesting message here, because Spirit is encouraging you to take this dream further. They want you to start something this week. Like I said previously, make those first steps forward. They want you to know there's something here. The reason it hasn't left you is because there is something more here you have to explore. Now, I just gave you the very simple example of wanting to study something different. But Gemini, it could come through anywhere. Maybe you've been longing to relocate in a particular country that you love. Maybe you're wanting now to start dating again and you haven't dated for years. Maybe you're wanting to look at getting a pet, something that you've been thinking about for the longest time. Spirit is saying there's something here. You need to look at it. You need to explore it. This is something that Spirit is saying you're meant to do. It's an experience your soul is calling out for. That's why it's not leaving you, because you don't know where it's going to take you. And only when you start exploring it will you understand why. Perhaps, my dear Geminis, there are certain people you have to meet along the way that are going to impact and change your life significantly. Perhaps you're going to be exposed to new experiences, new ways of thinking that is going to impact your life and change it in some way. Spirit wants you to take this seriously. There's something here, Gemini, and something that's going to fulfill you from deep inside. Now let us move on and see what Knight of Cups and the Moon is all about for you. That is sitting in your unexpected blessing. Now, Gemini, this is really lovely, because I see somebody coming through this week with this energy of offering you this cup. Now, this cup could be a gift. It could be an offer to do something. It could be somebody new asking you out. It could be your existing romantic partner suggesting you go on a romantic trip together. This could be your boss coming in, offering you a promotion or a relocation. This could be an offer for a new job. But we do see somebody coming in an area where you were not sure what was going to be. So it could have been that you weren't 100% sure if your partner, your significant other, was feeling the same way you were feeling. And this week they come in and they go, come on, Gemini, let's move in together. Things are going so well. So the Moon energy clears up because you know you and your partner are on the same page. You could be working really so hard at your job, and as of yet your boss has not even come forward and said, job well done. And so you start to think, well, am I doing a good job? Are they happy with me? And then this week your boss comes in and says, Gemini, I'm giving you a promotion. So this energy of the doubt and insecurity clears up. Very lovely blessing coming through there. Now let us see what Page of Cups and Eight of Cups is all about. That is sitting in the possible outcome of the week. Gemini, with Page of Cups coming through, I feel you're going to hear good and wonderful news this week. And for many of you, it'll have to do with whatever Knight of Cups is coming in with, clearing up the Moon energy. And I do feel for many of you as well, it will also have a lot to do with what we saw here with regards to this dream, this realization. When I say good news, it'll be something coming from within you, understanding, okay, I've got to follow up here. I've got to see what happens. There's a reason why I cannot let go of this particular dream. Eight of Cups tells me there's a wonderful energy of you moving upward and onward, and that means you're taking positive steps into areas that are good for you, into areas you know there's something there waiting for you, something that's meant for you, and accepting the gifts and blessings coming your way. Gemini, this looks like a really good week coming in. So that is all I have for you right now. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I wish you the most wonderful week, and I am sending you all so much love.